Welcome to Be Well. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Jonathan from Your Why. We have a very exciting topic that I've been looking forward to for quite a while. But first off, I want to say thank you for joining us today. And it's really an honor for me to have the opportunity to interface with these different leaders in their field about living a mindful, vibrant life. And I ask you just in this moment to just pause, go inside for just this moment so that we can be present, be aware. Close your eyes, if you will, for just this moment. Find your breath. Be aware of your breathing, the rise and fall of your chest. And offer yourself just this moment to be present, present for our guest, present for the topic, for the learning that will come forward. And as you exhale, allow yourself to come back into this space and join all of us. Our topic today, connect with your guardian angel. I bet none of you on the call today have had this conversation before or this opportunity, I'm hoping. And so I'm very excited to have Sarah Matir, a Reiki master, a teacher, an intuitive that I've had the opportunity to connect with previously. She's also the founder of the Reiki of San Diego. Sarah, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So guardian angels, I did not know that I was assigned to one, and I have this guardian angel with me throughout my life. So what, Sarah, is a guardian angel? And even before that, well, you can talk about what a guardian angel is, but I'm curious how you found out about this field and became connected and aware. So share, what is a guardian angel?
So a little bit about kind of my backstory. I was really scientific. I was actually more into Western medicine and on the medical path, and then really started to get more into psychology and hypnotherapy, and everything just started to open up from there. And it's a pretty wild journey to go from science to spirituality, because it was something that was so outside of my comfort zone. And if you were to ask me even 5 or 6 years ago, how do you feel about guardian angels? I think my answer would be very different than what it is today. But once you have so many experiences of it, whether it's facilitating other people's experiences or me having my own, it's pretty undeniable. And so it's gotten to this point where I have such a excitement to share it with other people, regardless of your belief systems. I feel like people are becoming increasingly more curious about guardian angels and just the whole angelic realm. And so what I want to talk about today, and the particular guardian angels that I want to focus on, are the ones that are assigned to just you. I think that the term is used a lot, and so people can have guardian angels as maybe like their grandmother who passed on and becomes one of their guardian angels. So I think that we all have protectors, or kind of a spiritual army, so to speak, of different angels that are there for us. But the one that I really want to focus on today is the angel that is assigned just to you, only you, nobody else. Their entire job and responsibility is to take care of you and to protect you and guide you on your path. Everybody has one, whether you believe, whether you've connected with them, they're always with you. They're kind of like your spiritual shadow, so to speak. They are wherever you are. And so it's a matter of just kind of tuning in and connecting with them and building really a relationship with them.
Well, you have credibility to me just in the sense of the background that you've come from, having that scientific background, and now having confidence in these more intuitive, angelic realms. I think lends greater credibility because you've come through this path. And as you said, you have a definitive response to that they are present in our lives. So what does a guardian angel do? You said they're always with us, just for us. That's their purpose, to be with us. So what do they do in that capacity?
They are our protectors and our guides. So they're with us for our entire life in this incarnation, on this planet. They help to protect us. So in that sense, they can be removing people or things that are misaligned on your path. They also help to guide you. So if you ever experience synchronicities, things, unexpected things that come up where it just works out in your favor, that's your guardian angel helping support you and guide you. Or throwing signs your way. A lot of people have synchronistic signs come up. Those are the kind of things that are so perfectly timed or so synchronistic with something else. So if you get a repetitive sign or a repetitive message, it's something that just piques curiosity and makes you feel like you need to pay attention to it. So they're really overall our protectors and our guides in our life.
So noting that you said they're with us throughout our life, do they enter in at birth, at creation, at conception? And are they aligned with us in the sense that they recognize or link to us because we have particular needs that they would fill? Or I'm just wondering how that relationship is initially synced up or linked up.
So just my belief system, I know a lot of people share this belief system, but it's by all means not the only one. What I personally believe is that we are contracted to this person before we even come into this life form. And it's an agreement that we make. So our spirit or our higher self, our soul makes this agreement with our guardian angel that we are going to be each other's buddies through this lifetime. And so we even have a bit of a map for how they're going to guide us and what our life path is. And so how they need to help direct us based on the unique challenges we have or the obstacles that are going to come up or the misguided paths that we end up taking and how we need to re-navigate back onto our path. So I really believe that it starts even before conception.
And would you say that it's related to past lives? So some people believe in past lives, some may not, but is that part of that why they're that protector and guide in our life? Because as you said, there's a certain contract that we have established or agreement prior to this life. So is that from a past life or just really knowing what we're incarnate to come into this world to achieve, learn, do?
So I believe that we can have almost breaks in between incarnations or in between lifetimes on Earth. And so when we go back into oneness or we go back into the upper dimensions, we have this moment where we kind of recap with what we experienced in our last lifetime. We have different lessons that we learn in a different dimension than this one. This is the third dimension. And so I don't necessarily think that we always reincarnate right away. I think that there's this moment of kind of recalibration and regrouping almost, and then reassigning new contracts. So I think, perhaps our guardian angel can change from lifetime to lifetime, depending on the relationship and the unique guidance that we need. But I think some people keep the same guardian angel for multiple lifetimes. It's just unique to the person in your path.
So a lot of us would see those synchronicities and say, it's fortuitous. These things just kind of come together. These things just happenstance. How fortunate am I? Exactly, it's a coincidence. So how would I know the distinction that that's my guardian angel? How do I know that that's that angel with me in bringing those forces together?
I really want to go so far as to say that anytime you say a coincidence, that was your guardian angel. I really don't believe in coincidences. I think all of it is synchronistic and divinely created or divinely designed. It's just whether or not we want to give credit to our guardian angel or not based on our belief systems or hesitancies or fears. I think it can be hard to believe that there's so much influence from our guardian angel, but there really is. And I think the more that you pay attention to it, the more you'll see it.
So, my thought would be, how would I know that that's a guardian? How would I know a guardian angel is with me in my life as I go through my day, go through my life? I might be able to look back on times and events and how it turned out, fortunately for me, or different decisions I made that put me on a particular path. But how would I know a guardian angel is with me? You speak of synchronicities, you think of those aha moments. What else can you share with me to support my belief system in guardian angels?
So you can sense their presence. A lot of people will feel their presence. So some people will feel it like just almost sensing somebody's in the room with them. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, and not obviously you can be alone, but you just feel like there's somebody with you. Another really common one is muscle spasms. There's obviously just muscle spasms that are purely a physical experience, but there is a particular type of muscle spasm that literally feels like you're being poked. And it feels to me like I'm being tapped, like whether it's tapped on the shoulder, it could be any place on your body, but it's a very particular kind of peculiar type of muscle spasm. Also chills, getting spontaneous chills through your body. That's the presence of really high frequency, and angels are very high frequency. Temperature changes. Some people might get really, really hot. I've found that it's more common people associate being really cold with the angelic realm, but I think it's different depending on the person. And then also just any unusual sensations in your body. You might feel pressure in your third eye in the center of your forehead. You might feel like rustling in your hair, or your toes might get ticklish. I have all sorts of different signs, physical signs of different spirit presence or angelic presence. So you have to almost map what your calling card of your, that's what I call it, is the calling card of your guardian angel and how you can feel their presence. For some people, it's also the sense of smell. Roses are really common with angelic presence, smelling a particular perfume, and generally it will be repetitive. There will be, one concrete calling card of your guardian angel, and it will always be that way. It can change a bit, but it's not like you'll smell a bunch of different perfumes and that'll necessarily always be your guardian angel. It's usually one scent or one particular aroma. Hearing, you can hear, a lot of people hear ringing in their ears. That's also the presence of high frequency. You can hear some people who are a little bit more tuned in, or maybe have developed their intuition or their clairaudience. You can hear a voice in almost like your imagination, but it's your mind's eye or your third eye. You can hear another voice inside of your mind. This is another fun one too. If you hear someone saying your name, and I've had this experience before where it trips me out because I really think that somebody is standing next to me, but it's constant. Everywhere I go through maybe like a day or over a week, I just keep hearing someone say my name to the point where, so tangibly, where I turn and look for the person, but I'm alone. That's also generally your guardian angel. And then some people are more visual receivers. So you might see different colors. It might be like the room just gets painted in a particular hue, almost like a filter, like an Instagram filter. The color just changes in the room. You could get a flash of white light. Sometimes it happens in the periphery or in between blinks. You can see repetitive numbers. So whether that's on the clock every day, or if you see it on receipts or license plates, if just the same repetitive numbers come up to you, that's generally an angel message or just a sign of their presence, especially combinations of ones. Repetitive signs and symbols, that's definitely a really common one. All the synchronicities, repetitive names coming up. If there's a repetitive name, like let's say the name Jason comes up continually inside of your presence, it would be worth tuning in to that name, because that could be the name of your guardian angel. So it's almost like their frequency comes through in your life a lot, and so that name will show up a lot in your arena.
That was a wonderful wealth of ways to identify guardian angel. I think about the overarching is really it's calling your attention in a unique way. I think about the chills up your spine or the hair on your neck. It's fascinating to hear you talk about the poke, like a muscle spasm that's a poke. Again, it's like someone trying to awaken you in some way. Again, calling your attention. I would think that a lot of us that may not be open to this realm dismiss a lot of that. It's just random stuff. So I'm trying to think, how do we become more sensitized? This was wonderful. I wrote probably almost a dozen of these down, which was great, because I'm hearing and seeing those things in a new way now that you've highlighted that. But how do we overall just become more aware of that presence that is calling for our attention?
I think the first most important part is to realize that you're never actually disconnected from them. They're always there, whether you realize it or not. It's more just a matter of paying attention and tuning into it, because most people are just so, myself included, it's so easy to get swept up into life and be so busy and distracted or around a lot of noise. That's also huge. If you're the type of person that always is on the phone or talking to someone or listening to music or TV, or if you never have silence in your life and there's just a lot of constant noise, it's going to be hard to tune into their presence. So it requires that you slow down enough and have enough quiet and enough alone time to really start to tune into it more. And awareness, just pulling more awareness to it and not dismissing the signs. I think it's so easy to just bypass them or call things coincidences. But
Yes.
the more you tribute it to your guardian angel, it's almost like it is a relationship. So it's almost like they get really excited to work with you. They're like, yes, they're finally listening. So they start to give more signs. And that's actually something, when I do work one-on-one with clients, and I tune into their guardian angel and start to open up a conversation with them, one of the first things that almost every person's guardian angel says is, can you just tell them that I'm here? So I think most people just don't know that they're there, or don't know how to tune in, or don't know how to communicate with them. So I think it's really important to cultivate that relationship, and then you're going to start seeing the magic, and they can participate more in your life because you're giving them a doorway into your life.
Well, thank you for that permission, and I also want to thank my guardian angel for their patience in me recognizing their presence. So, Sarah, that is how the guardian angel connects with us. How do we communicate back? How do we develop that reciprocal relationship?
Good question. So some of my favorite, there are so many different things that you can do. I'm just going to touch on, I think, the best or easiest ones. Going on a walk with your guardian angel. So if you can set up almost like a date, once a week, or once a week would be ideal, more often even better. But if once a week you can go for a walk with the intention of, I'm going on a walk with my guardian angel, and in your mind, just start to have a conversation with them. And it can feel like you're just having a conversation with yourself, or just kind of talking out into the air. You don't have to say it out loud. You can keep it in your mind. But eventually, through consistency, you'll start to hear a voice talk back.
Ah,
It takes consistency. It takes quiet. You have to quiet your mind enough, but just start to play with your side of the conversation and trust that their side will start to chime in eventually. Another one, for people who are maybe a little bit more tangible, or not as clairaudient, you can write letters. So I have a journal that's dedicated specifically to my guardian angel. And instead of, dear diary, I'm writing dear guardian angel. And so I'm writing letters to them. And the goal of all of this is not necessarily at first to have a really strong communication system, but it's just to let them know that you're trying to create this channel and trying to create a connection. And it really is a relationship that takes time to develop, and also a muscle inside of your brain. It's a channel. It's a whole new way of using your brain. And a lot of people, I think, will dismiss the first little signs and first little voices as their imagination. That is probably the most important thing not to do. Because if you just dismiss it as your imagination, you're not going to actually be able to cultivate that stronger. So you have to trust everything that comes through, even if it's not super tangible yet, or you don't fully trust it yet. Over time, it will become stronger. Um, Something else that I really like to do, I call it a test of faith, where I set an intention for maybe spend the next week, where every day you write on a post-it note, put it on your mirror, put it somewhere in your presence, so that every day you start your day this way, and ask for your guardian angel to prove to you their presence in an undeniable way. And specifically that, that phrase, I think, is a powerful phrase, because it's so easy to dismiss or disregard things as coincidences, or, oh, that would have happened anyway. But if you ask for them to prove their presence to you in an undeniable way, where you can't dismiss it or disregard it, you'll start to see so many signs and synchronicities happening, things working out in your favor. And you're seeing how just calling their presence into your life can be that simple. And then you start to see the results of it. And it starts to build more from blind faith into a trusting relationship.
I like what you're saying, in the sense of, as you invest, like our relationship, as I invest in that relationship, it grows, it develops. As we open that channel of communication back and forth, that relationship becomes stronger. I wonder, is it distinct from, like, a lot of us pray and we pray to God or pray to a divine force in our life? Is it different than that? Because I think of angels as being divine.
It can be the exact same process. You can make any sort of ritual out of it. I think what's most important is the intention behind it. So if your intention is to pray to God, then that's a different type of conversation. So your intention needs to be specifically praying to or talking to your guardian angel. And it doesn't have to be formal. It can be like a casual conversation over a cup of tea with a friend. You know, you can treat it as this more relaxed, simple conversation. It doesn't have to be some crazy complex ritual.
I love that you've given us various avenues to connect with, to communicate with, and also just to increase our own awareness of the presence of our guardian angel in our life. Um, and a lot of the questions I have are really for me to probably do my work with my guardian angel, like, you know, why they're in my life, what their purpose is, how they're serving me, the learning I'm meant to take from my guardian angel. So that's my work to do. But I know you wanted to share with us an experience of how we can connect with our guardian angel here today.
Yeah, so the first part of developing your relationship with your guardian angel is awareness. You have to build awareness of even just their presence in the first place. I think some people try to fast forward too quickly through building this relationship that they get very discouraged and then give up. So I think it's most important to emphasize just that first step. And then once you can feel your guardian angel's presence, then you can start to have a more strong relationship and more communication. But at first, just start to tune into their presence by calling them into your life. And so I want to guide everyone through a little meditation for you to find. Maybe you'll find it today. Maybe it'll be just the start of a journey of you figuring out what your guardian angel's calling card is, how you experience their presence, whether it's through sight or sound or a feeling in your body. So I'm going to put on a particular sound healing track. That's also another really great thing for people to do on their own, especially if you like noise, maybe at least make that noise beneficial. And you can just go onto YouTube and type in sound healing for connecting with angels and just go find one that you like and put this on in the background when you're meditating or when you want to connect with your angel or when you're journaling, and it can help tune you into that particular frequency. So this one is 999 hertz. It's an angel frequency and it activates your light body. So it'll make your channel a lot easier. It's almost like it opens the door for your guardian angel. Are you able to hear it well? Okay. So everybody that's watching, I want to invite you to close your eyes. I really encourage you not to put any strain or force into your experience.
Sarah, just as you begin, your voice is a little bit harder to hear, but the music is strong.
Turn the music down just a little. Is that better?
Your voice is better, yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
Perfect. Thank you. Right. Without putting any pressure to try to make something happen, really set the intention of sitting back, relaxing, and allowing. Start to breathe slow and full breaths. Inviting all of your awareness and consciousness into the flow of your inhales and exhales. Pulling in all the pieces of your mind that might be distracted or elsewhere, and fully arriving into your body. Start by scanning through the muscles on your face. Let them be soft. Relax your eyebrows, tension or effort in your body and really feel into surrender. Notice how each breath can bring you more release. And perhaps in your mind's eye, envision a cone of white light above the crown of your head. Perhaps it's spiraling or beaming. Falling white light down into your crown, through your spine, and out through the soles of your feet. Notice how this opens your body. With intention from your heart, request the presence of your guardian angel. We request for them to show you a sign of their presence. We request for it to be loud, strong, and tangible for you to sense. Without any pressure or force, just allow. And trust that they are present. And notice what you feel, sense. What you might smell or hear. With patience and faith. Perhaps you can feel the comfort of knowing that you're never alone. That you are divinely supported. That you are held in the most sacred way. You are loved. Take a moment to thank your guardian angel for their presence today and always. And to request their presence more tangibly in your life moving forward. When you feel complete and ready, you can open your eyes. How was that for you?
That was wonderful. I always appreciate the opportunity to move into that internal space. And I'm standing, so I was thinking, oh, I don't know if I'm to be able to kind of relax, but I'll relax as much as I can. Um, and you know, thoughts moving in and out. And then it was interesting. I felt honestly, I felt a push on my the back of my arm. I felt chills up the back of my spine and on my shoulders. Uh, and prior to that, as you had us connect to that light, I was actually outside myself looking down on this. And then as the experience went on, I felt a presence behind me. And the words that spontaneously came forward was, I have your back. Um,
That's amazing. Yeah,
so
absolutely incredible.
this was great for me.
I love it.
It's a
I hope
takeaway.
it was, for everyone else, but also, to anybody who didn't have an experience, that's okay. That's the beginning of the journey. And it really, sometimes even for me, and I feel very connected on a daily basis. Sometimes my mind is just so busy, or my energy is so busy, that it will take me a good 10-15 minutes just to drop into that space and be able to clear my mind enough to be present in my physical experience to tune in. So it's really worth being patient with.
Well, initially, I have to, in being honest with you, I was thinking, you know, here I am, I'm facilitating this. I sure hope I have an experience. So there's all those kind of thoughts. And I don't think I'm going to have one because I'm standing. I need to be aware of the time and facilitating this. And then I had that presence and that touch. And then initially my mind went to dismiss that. Oh, that's just a spasm. You know,
Yep.
the synchronicity. And then I heard your words again. And it really by just, opening to the words that you offer and just the teaching to recognize, have awareness, it allowed me to just be with it. And so yeah, so thank you for offering that. If you were to reinforce our takeaway as we walk away from here today, and what would you encourage us to do if there's one practical thing to kind of connect with our guardian angel moving forward? And my assumption is you're going to reinforce just quickly what you had shared with us in this session.
Slow down and tune in. Slow down more, tune in more, quiet the noise. I even often recommend to people having some sort of a token to remind them on a daily basis to slow down and tune in. I personally have a little guardian angel that I carry around in my pocket. And so every time I feel it or I hold it, that's my moment to take a few breaths and connect in. So whatever it is that you can create in your life, a way to remind yourself to connect. And all you have to do, it's as simple as taking 20 seconds to take a few deep breaths, ask for your guardian angel's presence, and just be more aware.
Sarah, this was lovely. And if people want to connect with Sarah, our final slide will show you contact information, the Reiki of San Diego.com. Sarah, truly a pleasure. Thank you for gifting us this experience. I always enjoy the opportunity to connect with you. So thank you very much. And everyone else, I hope you have a wonderful day and be well.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Sarah.